If today's scriptures seem a bit unclear, well, they are. At least to me, they are. You see, the words are fine if we're only thinking about prayer as a central theme for our readings. But a second, deeper reality portends us as successors to Jesus' mission. Therein lies my uncertainty, especially these days. In today's gospel, I think Jesus purposely lets us overhear his prayer to God. He's revealing God's plan for us in the great mystery of eternal life. You know, where God is in us and with us just as God is in and with Jesus Christ. And as his prayer continues, he reveals that eternal life begins here and now. In fact, we participate in it simply by knowing that the relationship between Jesus and the Father is the ground in which our innermost reality is rooted. But then there's the world. I guess since Jesus alludes to it so many times in his prayer today, it's got to be important. The world, as seen in John's gospel, is what Jesus appears to be calling us out of. But is he protecting us or preparing us for what awaits us while we're still living in the world? Based on his prayer, I think the latter is the safer bet. From what I know of Jesus, I think he's actually calling us to love and serve the world as best we can. Since withdrawing from it isn't an option, Jesus wants us to be ready to continue his work, even as we tiptoe around the world's allures and its pitfalls. My sisters and brothers, today we face a world that for many of us is overwhelming. There's a concealed adversary lurking everywhere, the likes of which we were unprepared. And it's not only brutally lethal, but the pandemic that we once feared is causing us to lose focus as we now surrender to indifference. It's like we're throwing caution to the wind. From whatever our comfort zone allows, we either pretend or we hope everyone is safe and secure as we begin to reopen our cities and our churches. Deep down, though, we know we're still in a street fight, only now we're on the defensive. And it's getting harder and harder to face the constant pressures coming our way. The needs of the world seem to be stretching us far too thin. It's dividing us politically and spiritually, and it is stressful. So what are we to do? As I mentioned earlier, today's scriptures place a high value on prayer. I believe it was through prayer that the original disciples, including women, found their strength to face their world. Jesus' prayer assured this, just as it assures us of his presence in our work as well. And so we're neither helpless nor alone because we share that same bond which Jesus has with God. And we can become his agents of health and transformation today. And the good news is that we will prevail. Because through prayer, we'll gain insight to know that we don't know everything. And through prayer, we'll gain enough trust to let Christ enfold us into something that's much larger, far wiser, and more loving than us. It's these very moments that enable us to fearlessly but cautiously leave our comfort zones and again engage the world as Jesus desires us. Prayer is what enables this. It links us at our very core with God's Spirit, where conflict, surrender, and deceit do not exist. And through prayer, we enter God's world where the impossible is always possible. If I may, I'd like to end with an unusual prayer of hope written by Bishop Ken Untner in 1979. It speaks to my ambivalence in these frustrating times. I hope it touches you as well. My friends, don't mistake uncertainty for apathy or as an excuse to be a passive bystander. I simply hope This prayer will remind us to stop and smell the roses from time to time with our God. The prayer is entitled, "A Future Not Our Own." It helps now and then to step back and take a long view. The kingdom is not only beyond our efforts, it's beyond our vision. We accomplish in our lifetime only a fraction of the magnificent enterprise that is God's work. Nothing we do is complete, which is another way of saying that the kingdom always lies beyond us. No statement says all that could be said. No prayer fully expresses our faith. No confession brings perfection. No pastoral visit brings wholeness. No program accomplishes the church's mission. No set of goals and objectives include everything. This is what we are about. We plant the seeds that one day will grow. We water the seeds already planted, knowing that they hold future promise. We lay foundations that will need further development. We provide yeast that produces effects far beyond our capabilities. We cannot do everything, and there is a sense of liberation when we realize this. This enables us to do something and to do it very well. It may be incomplete, but it is a beginning, a step along the way, an opportunity for the Lord's grace to enter and do the rest. We may never see the end results, but that is the difference between the master builder and the worker. We are workers, not master builders, ministers, and not messiahs. We are prophets of a future, not our own.